And we are live back for the season finale of The Penguin. I'm not ready to say goodbye, but are you ever with a great series? We have the whole cast in for tonight. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, Brent here back with Geek Variants to cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. And as you noticed, I didn't hit the subscribe thing before because it feels weird hitting that subscribe button a minute into a video. We finally had some self-reflection thanks to Will, so we're back on a stable page. But as always, all things DC. Tony, welcome in.
Yo.
And then Will engaging this week to come back-to-back weeks to finish off this incredible series. How are we feeling?
I mean, it's the Marine Corps birthday. I don't know what else to tell you. Feeling great.
Basically, there will be shenanigans aplenty. Welcome in, Trey. Welcome in till 10 more minutes till we see the showdown of showdown. In one corner, Sophia Gigante. In the other, one Oswald Cobblepot. Let's fight. How do we think this is going to play out? We'll start with Tony because your opinion is freshest because we haven't seen you in a minute.
Let me tell you something. I am so ready for this. I just need my prediction to be right, and it be Scarecrow, and I need Scarecrow in the Batman 2. I just want to be right, but I don't think I'm going to be right. But I'm confused on everything else. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know the fight between Penguin and Sophia is going to be legendary. We already know who Antonio is siding with, which is annoying because Penguin is Penguin. But I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they're in a situation now that it could go in multiple ways. Except, no, not that way. I think I'm more excited to see how this is going to tie into the Batman 2. I'm hoping we get a villain reveal because so far we've only gotten the name Carlo, nothing major. So I don't know. I will say this is probably the best series on TV in a long time, and I'm including Loki in that. I think this is better than Loki. That's just my opinion.
We would probably second and third that. We were discussing that at length last week, whether or not it's better. And I think even just content-wise, it's better. Storytelling, it's better. Better acted, yes, because Loki, Tom Hiddleston was the only person that was genuinely acting their tail off in Loki. No offense to everybody else in the cast. Don't care much for Owen Wilson in any regard. But at the same time, this show is just better directed. It's better acted. The background fits better. It has a movie level feel to it. So I just think this is the fundamental of what we want for Gotham to be like. If you're going to take the Batman Arkham verse and put it in a video game, this is exactly what would have happened. And it is playing off beautifully. Antonio, long time no see. How we doing? I know you're Team Sophia, so we don't even have to discuss where your loyalties will be lying this episode. And apparently she's in a whole nother dress. That's going to be a whole nother situation for the internet, according to the preview. So, hey, I'm sure you'll be eating good. I mean, hey, Tony's rocking the Mad Hatter look for the Marine Corps birthday. So shout out to all y'all. Thanks for all your service. Huge appreciation here from the page because we're 2/3 Marines and then there's me. I'm pretty sure you guys can easily guess that. I mean, I'm just here, man. I'm just here. Besides, we all know the running joke that you have been adopting me at some point in time as my father. So that running joke continues from even our other page that we were a part of for a time.
I was stationed on the West Coast for a while. And where do you currently live?
Wait, that was a joke?
At a certain point, the jokes kind of blend together. So, Will, how do you feel about this series just kind of sneaking up out of nowhere? How do you feel about it?
I don't think it was out of nowhere. I think that the Batman movie set a very good precedence for how things were going to run. And the fact is that we were not disappointed when we came in. Like from jump, from the first episode, it was really, really good. And even though when we expect those little bit of lulls in the action and kind of what's going on in the story itself still did not disappoint. Everything has been on even keel with the Batman, if not better, and it's just going to shape this universe even more. Like I want more, and I don't think I can be patient enough. But I need to see Scarecrow. I want to see Freeze.
Facts.
Like I want to see Bane. Like I want to see some villains really kind of come in and give me some more of the obscure villains too, and so that I want to
Calendar
see.
Man would be perfect. I'm
Calendar Man would
telling
be
you,
great.
he will
I
be
meant
perfect.
I mentioned something about Calendar Man's real name was like
Uh,
Julian, right?
yeah, it was Julian. I can't remember.
Julian Day, I
It's
think it was his name.
Julian. Yeah.
Yeah. So when the
Like,
doctor said my name was Julian, it automatically got me thinking about Calendar Man just in general. Like, oh, what if we see him in some aspect? I don't know. I was getting hyped up. But yeah, I need to see more. I want to know what else this entire universe has got in store. So
But
I'm
also,
excited.
if we think about it, with the way that they have shot the Batman and now the Penguin, the more grounded villains like Calendar Man, Firefly would work somewhat good in here. The more grounded villains would work better in this universe than say your Clayfaces. The ones with the
your Mad
meta.
Hatters,
People that could get
Professor
more.
Pig.
Professor Pig would be an awesome addition, especially now that you have a young Batman. He would be awesome right now. Calendar Man would be awesome right now. Scarecrow would be awesome right now. Mr. Freeze, I could see him come in, but I would like to see him more in three just because of the dynamic with him and Batman.
I want him introduced and then set up for the
We
movie. I want him
ha-
movie.
have him working at Wayne Tech doing just, cryogenics like he does anyway. That would be perfect. But I need grounded villains. I love that. And this universe is giving me that. I'm not taking away from Affleck and Bale and your favorite Keaton, not even West. But those villains in a grounded Gotham that we have here would not work. Bane would not work right now just because of the timeline. You can't have Bane come in and body Patterson because that's exactly what he would do. Patterson has no hope against Bane. You
Even
would
a young
need
Bane.
he can't be a young Bane because he's still locked up on Santa Prisca.
Yeah, like, you know the timeline. Like you
Yeah,
know the timeline like it ain't nothing. So I'm always gonna default to your judgment in the order of which villain should drop. I just know who I would like to see at some point in time. Because I've already said several times that he can play this Batman for the next decade or more because of how Batman evolves throughout the entirety of the comics for that. You could have Patterson like play this role out to be an older, more seasoned Batman at some point in time.
and just for clarification, we all love Professor Pig, but he was not Batman's first villain. I just want to know that he was Batman's actual second villain. His first villain was kind of more of an antagonist. He was more of a Bruce Wayne guy, but a lot of us purists say that he is the first true Batman villain. His name was Alfred Stryker. He had no superpowers. He was just there and getting on everybody's nerve. It was beautiful. But
And
that's
sometimes you
just
got to appreciate things that just get on your nerve. Kind of like how there was the running thing that Barry Keoghan's Joker was going to be in the second and the third one, and that he was going to get his own TV show, much like this show. But then James Gunn flat out came out and said, no, we
and
have
we thank
zero
him.
intentions. We're not flaming anybody for reporting that, but it is absolutely 100% not happening. So I'm like, all right, Gunn, I see you over there. I can give you some credit. I know I've talked poorly of you in the past, but at the same time, and this one, I stand with you. It's the right decision in my mind. Will, how do you feel about that being shot down so
Hey,
sufficiently? It was
1 minute
within a day.
I,
countdown. 1 minute countdown.
I'm so happy. I am so happy that that was shut down because we were saying it. Me and Tony were both saying it like immediately after we saw the movie. We was like, no, it is too early to really have him coming in to doing anything. Like, let him get more established with other things going on. Yes, I know Joker is a pivotal part of the Batman universe. We get that, but he
We
has
don't want it.
been beaten to death, like over and over again. Everything we get is Joker, Joker, Joker. And while we've had several Jokers played in the past, and so that I'm not knocking none of their work, like I want something different. I want something not Joker.
It's Batman has arguably the greatest rogues gallery in all of comics. In my opinion, it's between him and Spider-Man as the greatest rogues gallery. Either one of those, I'm fine with being number one. It's more than Joker. Just like Spider-Man is more than Green Goblin. They give you more. Give me somebody, and I agree with Antonio. Scarecrow is on the top of my list. Professor Pig and Calendar Man round out my top three. That's what I want.
Firefly, Scarecrow, Scarecrow at one, of course, but Scarecrow, Firefly, and then I think Harley minus Joker would be fantastic if we did her much like we did the animated series we just watched with involving that Batman rewrite. I would be all about a Harley Quinn in that style where she's just standing on her own. I would love an Ivy, but again, I
It's
don't
too
think
early.
it's
It's too early.
time wise.
It's way too early. You
And
can't.
I will, as always, default to your judgment on
And
that. The
honestly,
episode has just dropped a
I don't
great
have
or little
anything.
thing.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead and hit refresh, everybody.
I'm in refresh. But about your Harley comment, you can't have a Harley without going through Joker first. That is
Unless they just change the
strictly
writing, which
impossible.
they already
It
did,
is
which Matt
strictly
Reeves was in
impossible.
charge on that one. So again, it's possible.
It's not possible. It
If
is
you
not
ignore the
possible.
comics, it is.
No, that's
It's called an adaptation.
well, considering Harley wasn't an original comic book character, she was made for Batman the Animated Series and then adapted into the comics. You can ignore the comics because that's not where she originated, but you cannot ignore her origin.
You
You
can change an
cannot.
origin.
You not and make that. You cannot change Harley's origin. Not Harley. You can change almost anybody but Harley. She is too much of a pivotal character in the DC universe, not just in the Batman mythos, in the entire DC universe, to change her origin from being a psychiatrist that worked at Arkham who fell in love with the Joker and became his sidekick. You cannot change that. And this episode is not showing up for me.
We'll go ahead and keep hitting that refresh button.
I am hitting the refresh. Am I the only one going through this?
No, it's not going through for me either. Not yet.
I have it up, and I already have our minute marker ready. I'll post it up there so everyone can go ahead and see where the sync time is. We're at an hour and 8-minute run time for this episode.
Oh my god, it's not showing up. I'm still showing 7 episodes. I'm gonna cry.
It might be because you're still stuck on, the adaptation versus what's going on here.
No, Antonio has my back. I'm not worried about you. You don't question my knowledge. You know this.
I can question the changing of things because old folks don't like change.
I do like
so when
change.
there's anything new put
it has
on
to
there,
make sense. We've had this discussion. Change is great as long as it makes sense.
like it did in the animated show we already watched this year that Matt Reeves helmed, where she had nothing to do with Joker.
She
just had her own psychological issues she was working through.
She literally mentioned Joker. I don't know what you're talking about.
I do not remember the Joker being mentioned once.
She mentioned her ex. Come on now. There is no other ex. She
Ivy.
didn't meet she didn't meet Ivy yet. In that universe, she hadn't met Ivy. Her only ex could be Joker. Thank you very much. Oh, there's the episode.
Yep, it just popped up for me.
All right, let me get going. Let me turn down my volume on.
You already got going.
I mean, you got him going.
It is fun to do. It's been a while since I've been able to do it and antagonize him even just a little bit. I only get you every week. There's only so many buttons you can press before you just don't.
You said 5:03.
5 minutes, 3 seconds. That's what I got. There is a little bit of audio that comes through. I just wanted to make sure it's pertaining to the episode and nothing crazy. So I'm excited to see where we left off. Apparently, and this is just a rumor, I have nothing to confirm this, Batman does not make a singular appearance. Which, truth be told, I'm okay with that. Even though there is a crater in the city that says he should have been there for something. But again, we'll worry about that another time. Maybe he was on break or on vacation. Antonio is ready. Will, you got?
I'm looking at I'm looking at Penguin's mom laying on the screen. Is that what we all looking at?
Yeah.
Yes. In 3, 2, 1. Let's enjoy. Let's see what's gonna happen this week.
I still need this dude to be Scarecrow. I'm sorry, I do.
Scarecrow or Hugo are the only ones that come to mind that make sense.
No Hugo. No.
Why not Hugo?
No, leave Hugo. No, Scarecrow first.
What didn't Hugo come before Scarecrow though?
No.
I don't know. Yes. I'm asking.
Yes, he did. Technically, but
technically means yes. He just wants to ignore it.
I mean, we can.
So we can't change the timeline. Right? We just following your logic. We can't change it.
We can change it. That's what you just said, though.
Yeah, but what I said was wrong. Yeah, I got you there.
you cannot argue those facts. You cannot.
Like father, like son.
I was like father, like son.
This is why I left him.
It's because he loves me too much, folks. He would just get rid of me.
Made you a nice, strong man that you are today.
Mm. Ugh. I can't believe they're like putting her through all this. But again, I don't know if this is Sophia's call or Rush's.
I'm thinking Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
Antonio's girlfriend.
Yeah, this is the gangster that was looking out for the kids. Why does he have a vested interest? Oh, she aged rapidly. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so he did fess up for what he did.
Yeah. Mm.
I mean, it was a kid's mistake, but again,
That wasn't no kid's
he
mistake. He did that on purpose.
I don't think he realized he was ending them entirely.
I beg to differ. I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
The way he looked when they came in, when he was with his mom, tells me that he had thoughts.
Facts. See? He knew.
Oof. It's like, what do you do as a parent after this? Like, how do you move on? Like, you put them up, or you like, what do you do? Nope, Antonio's entirely with you guys. Antonio, no, no, no. I was with you until that last comment. Come on.
Trim his horns down, make him turn him into Hellboy? I don't know. What? I'm sorry. Shenanigans.
All of the shenanigans. But if you have Hellboy in your house, you'd know there'd be cats.
Correct.
So this is where she got the idea to push him to the mob. Great.
She did this out of revenge. That's all she did.
Wow. He's doing everything he has in his entire life for her, and she's just like, screw all this. I don't need any of this. I can't imagine most people like want to raise their kids and be like, here you go join organized crime, have fun. I think he's just gonna do it anyway. It just seems like the right call in his mind. Those are your options, folks. Those are your options. You either rein him in or let him
Let him
go.
go.
And yep, she helped facilitate his monstrous rise to power. And this is what we saw from the last episode,
Right, the flashback.
but we're getting all the perspective of what truly was going on.
And this is why this is such a great series. It gives you tits, bits and pieces, and then it gives you the exact conclusion that you need.
I say Nights Out back then looks absolutely fantastic. Looks like a fun night. Episode is already up, Tim. It's on Max, where we stream it, but nothing from the audio or the video will ever be on screen. So go ahead and check it out on Max. Keep the stream up. We can go there. He's made a friend, so to speak.
The way she's looking at him, like
Them daggers, those are daggers in her eyes.
Mm-hmm. Like if she could have put him in the storm drain herself, she would have.
Uh-oh.
Like that's what that look is.
he's.
And
You see the red flashing.
Yep, and there's Rush and Sophia. Accidentally broke her out of the trance. Whatever this psychological device is,
I need it.
It screams Scarecrow or Strange. Screams it.
And I hate to admit, it screams more Strange than Scarecrow.
I'll say Scarecrow is more, I'm going to inject you with something. Let's have it go for a ride. Or I'll spray a gas. And then Strange would be like, here you go. I'm going to destroy you mentally. So where you question everything.
And Strange was one of the few villains to figure out Batman's identity. Just so you know.
One of 4, correct?
Yeah. Joker knows it.
Riddler knows it.
Riddler knows it. Hugo Strange knows it. Batman told Catwoman.
Does that really count as figuring it out if you just get told?
No. But he figured out her first. I'm missing somebody. It was somebody else.
I'd love if Mad Hatter would have been on the list to figure it out, but he's not a standard A-lister.
He's crazy. And he only wants Alice. Here he goes, manipulating.
This is where he's starting to sway.
It's like the kid knows every single cue and knows exactly what she's thinking. It's terrible. Like he loves her that much. But he doesn't realize it's in the worst way possible.
He's manipulating his mom right now.
I say this kid is acting pretty dang good, following like the same parallel that Colin is.
Facts.
Yeah.
Best casting in a TV show is everybody in this series.
Because it's not a bad character.
Guy. Except for that one guy that we all hate. No, what was it, Falcone, the new one?
Oh, yeah. Universal hate.
Yeah, we hate that dude. But the original one was fine.
But the reason the original one didn't want to come back for this one is also foolish as all get out.
What was the reason?
It was too violent. He didn't want to be painted in the same light. I'm like, do you remember what you were? Like, you think a gangster is just this pleasant, everyday guy giving up like hugs and kisses? Like,
I mean, didn't he get peed on by Bumblebee?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that is him. Dang.
Yes.
You see, that's what I remember. So
yes.
Fair enough.
Please stop. Shenanigans.
One of the greatest movie trilogies of all time, Transformers. That's just straight lies.
That is. It's the worst movies of all time. None of
It's
the
up there.
Transformer movies were any good. None of them. I'm a down that hill.
Oh wow, the whole army was there. Vic did go and get help.
They can't they can't be in public, dude. Together.
No, they're gonna have to like back out, and I don't blame them.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
let's go, Vic.
Oh, oh, wow, Vic.
Nick
He's
done
been around
executed
Penguin a lot.
somebody. Nick done executed somebody that grew up here.
And he's getting right through his lisp. He's fighting through it. Character growth.
I ain't gonna lie, the dude might have just saved his life right there.
I
Entirely
think
did.
that's why he did it. That's why he did it. Look at him.
But
That
he
look
sees
was
something
like
in he sees
He,
something in the kid.
he's like,
that
you're gonna do
whole look
big
was
things, and
like,
he's giving
dude,
a
I'll be
smirk like,
back.
I respect the fuck out of this. Oh, pardon me. Yikes. I'm the first one.
Hey,
R.I.P.
can we all applaud Vic's loyalty?
Give him the good old golf clap. Is Vic really gonna fight through this entire crowd like right now?
Nah, he's gonna go around. He heard him.
Hmm.
All right, so he got out. So that's good because I like him. But
Was
did
that the
anybody?
electrician?
Yeah, that was the
Yes,
electrician.
The on-site guy. He deserves all the raises in the world. Like, hey, got a number 3 spot. Here you go. This electrician dude. I don't know what he's about, but here you go. I'll take care of you.
he'll put people's lights out quick.
Literally.
Oh, back at Monroe's, we see. Okay.
Now you just need a structural engineer. You good.
Yeah, they're moving up. They're building their family one step at a time. And we just lost Antonio. He's seen the dress. It's over.
Yep, yeah, it's
It'll be over
over.
for him.
We'll see Antonio when she's off the screen.
We love talking to Antonio, but we have to rib you.
See, there he is.
Cool sideways shot.
Antonio, there you are. How you doing?
It would.
Did they ever explain like what's going on with her shoulder? Is that like something for the show, or is that just something pertaining to like the actress herself?
I think that was from Arkham.
Hmm. She knows the whole story now. He's quiet.
Kept feeding the birds.
Just kept moving on with her day.
Anybody who watches National Geographic knows that. Come on
It's a
now.
very standard thing, yeah. Nature just is metal as all get out.
And we lost Antonio with this shot right here.
I mean, I don't think they're past the point of healing. Hmm. Hmm. Just want to draw some parallels there. That's a rough situation to be in. Oh. Hmm.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of projecting going on, but
That's what I'm
most of it's
talking
true.
about.
Ooh, damn! I just caught up with the spinning.
Oh, Brent, you're like 4 seconds behind us.
In the realm of DC Comics, I'm always behind you.
Correct.
Ooh, that's not. Oh no, we're gonna go down this road.
Wow. Do it. Do it. Do it.
It is shocking how easy fingers come off too.
Do it.
You sound like Emperor Palpatine over there. Do it. Why are we going slow with it as opposed to just?
It's called mental torture.
Mm.
You, they're gonna take her pinky. They're gonna take it.
Yeah, it's coming off. It's got to be. I'm 4 seconds behind, and I know that thing's coming off. Even
Take
if
it.
the truth was told.
Take it. You know.
What if he didn't actually do it?
He did. Oh, Can we get some hydrogen peroxide? That
Hey,
could get
some
in,
for that.
that could get infected.
Antonio, come on. Advanced therapy. Come on.
That's torture. That's mental anguish that they inflicted on her.
And it's not advised for any and all general. That is
Well,
bad.
no, you didn't. You showed favoritism, and he hated that. So
Because
was I.
Benny was the favorite because he was the oldest.
Yeah.
He was
Benny
a
was
big
the
deal.
youngest.
Oh
Which
yeah,
one was the
Jack was the
oldest?
oldest.
Jack was the oldest. Jack
Yeah,
was the favorite because he was the one doing all the runs.
yeah. He was doing the runs. He's gonna go in the military. He's gonna go fix things. And the other youngest brother still had more potential than Oz ever did
Right.
physically.
Oz was the least favorite of the three.
Mm, mm.
I know I'm 4 seconds behind, but oh, I was not expecting that. Okay, so that's what you're wincing about.
Ooh, nice.
I think the penguin has definitely been born.
Please tell me this in the dream sequence. Okay.
Antonio is saying exactly what you guys are saying.
Mm.
There she goes. She's about to lose her mind and die.
Oh, there it is.
Stroke.
Yep, it's over. And no one's gonna be able to help her. They're just there to welcome you over to the other side.
Oh, superhuman penguin.
How in the world is he freaking out?
Now we have penguin.
I would have started with Sophia, but okay.
Now we have penguin. Penguin has officially been born in my
Mm.
eyes.
And he's still
Right?
hobbling out while carrying. Yo, acting.
Oh,
10 out of 10. Oh, this guy's gonna catch one.
he already did.
Oh, there's the delay.
Brent, I need you to catch up.
You would have to pause just for like start stop.
Hey, Will.
Mm.
I need to know where penguin learned to shoot because that was like expert level gunsmanship.
That was perfect.
That was
How did Sophia blow a 28-3 lead? She was undefeated
seriously.
in that
This is what we doing? Well, we
Okay,
all
Hey,
Brent.
know.
basketball. Cavs up 3-1.
We already know that
Or was the Warriors 3-1?
Oswald wasn't the first or second pick in this year's NFL draft.
Yeah, he was. Oh yeah, no, I don't think anyone was expecting what was going to happen there, Antonio. I think we're all sitting here just shocked.
I'm not.
He just pockets a phone. Yep, sleight of hand. Unknown number. He's like, that has to be him. There's no way it's not him.
I needed more body fat off of penguin though. I'm disappointed.
Ooh, yeah, you're gonna have to sew that back together after
Mm.
cleaning it out.
Staples.
Staple it.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is. No, what's that? What is that? Yeah,
I
it
think
is a
that's hydrogen
stapler.
peroxide.
No,
The
that's a
staple.
stapler.
Oh,
You already shot somebody. Staple him up.
he got in here fast. Oh, he can't be honest about his mother. amount of Herculean strength it would take to survive that, grab your mother, and do everything he did, and then make his way here is insane.
Unless you have 28% body fat. It protects your organs. That's why we have it now.
Press X to doubt.
I have more padding on my internal organs than you do. I'll survive more.
Vic's been paying attention on this training. Okay. Hmm. The student has become the master.
Vic is the perfect sidekick.
Everyone always wants a loyal person on their side like Vic. Everybody needs a Vic.
Nah, I don't think so. Penguin ain't right now.
He ain't right, but when is he ever?
When his mom turned on him, like something went off.
Penguin is about to become very diabolical like we needed him to be.
Yeah.
This is
exactly
That's why you need Vic to push him right now.
Yep, pretty much.
Go to the dark place. Find who you are.
Yeah, but you don't want to be around when somebody gets to that dark place.
Oh wow. We're having a nice sit down, just like Penguin didn't exist.
Is she drinking Jaeger? Is that Jaeger?
I don't think anybody even likes her at this table.
Gosh, what is that? No, you're not.
Like she's literally offering nothing, right? Mm. And I think everyone's going to pick up on that same thing, that the fact she needs you to go do her dirty work.
Facts.
Who's really in charge? I can't believe he's speaking up right now.
He's gonna be the key to Oz's success. Watch.
He's probably going to turn on his boss on Oz's command and be like, "Cool, you and me."
He's gonna be the new Dayu.
Oh yeah. Why aren't we bringing that with us?
They're going into a courthouse.
I mean, it's Gotham. It's not like the security's going to be great.
He's not established yet.
I just say they look like garbage. That'll do. That's right, Penguin. Go waddle off to victory.
Say no.
It's like you may
no.
want to go protect him right now.
Don't trust him. Even though I know that's your boy, don't trust him. GTA.
I don't know if I trust him or not. It's like a 50-50. Am I missing why he's in the courthouse right now?
Yes.
Why is he in the courthouse? I've been talking over that.
Do it. Everybody wants to bang the gavel. Do it.
Oh yeah. You don't want the job, but you just want to be able to do it once in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I feel complete now.
Yep, he did it. Good for him. The ADD and the instincts, just natural. That is the next move. He's gonna give him the answers on a silver platter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's good.
He is good.
Mm.
Oh, he's so good at this. This is Don Corleone stuff right here. That's a double win for him. That's a home run. That's a promotion. We're just changing information now.
Yep. This
I mean,
is
it's
the
a jean jacket with a
greatest.
suit, so I mean, you're gonna need to fix that,
This is the greatest portrayal of Penguin ever.
including the Batman Arkham games.
Yes, ever. Any iteration, ever.
If I am HBO, I'm like, I have a full truck of money, Colin. More? Come back, please.
We'll give you air conditioning suit. I don't care. Come back. Hello.
And he's just kind of eyeballing all the big names up there.
Now that would have been a good spot to have Robert Pattinson just standing next to her. That's all we needed.
Yeah, I think the
Nah,
series is better off without him.
Oh, I need a Batman. I just need a
no,
Batman sighting or a
they got to give
mention.
us something Batman related.
Just a
Period.
That's it.
symbol at the end of the episode up in the sky.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, I'm just saying that's where you would do it. It's like, ta-da!
That's
Hey, look,
exactly
he
where
was
you do
there.
it.
No, you could have had Pattinson just up there talking since he's the rich boy coming out of seclusion.
If you were Batman, you should be where the crater is and all the people are at.
Not in the daytime. Not yet. He's going back into seclusion.
Oh. Oh, okay. Things took a turn.
She about to start a fire.
Yeah, that's. Don't try this at home, folks. She's like, this could be all yours, but also, no one can have this.
You know what this reminds me of, Will? It's a thin line.
Nah.
That's before your time, Brent.
Mhm.
Everything is before my time, you old folks. I'll be sure to put you in a nice home, Dad.
I appreciate that. No jacuzzis, because I might drown.
Noted. Oh, cool. You have your own hangar.
We got a nice
That'd be nice.
secluded spot to have a
Die.
gunfight.
They're gonna kill you. We
Nice
should
of your
ask.
hands, though.
We should ask Antonio how he's gonna feel when they kill his girlfriend.
She's
Nah.
gonna survive. I'm calling
She's
that
gonna
dark horse
she's
now.
too good. She's gonna survive.
Because you can't go toe to toe with Oz and then be just like that last second just for plot convenience. I think the writers like cast her with the intention of offing her, but then she started seeing her act and was like, I can't do this. I'm gonna call an audible.
look at Antonio. He's like
I'm
he's
dreading.
dreading
He's
it.
dreading it.
I mean, she is changing her family legacy, but right now it's entirely for the worst. Like, I can't name one thing she's done successfully running this empire.
Facts.
But yet it's been amazing the whole time.
She's successfully running it into the ground. That's what she's doing.
What is she, Jerry Jones?
That, ma'am, is alcohol abuse, and we do not support that.
Especially not today.
Not today. Raw.
Yeah.
You don't have to burn the. That's a nice desk.
It was.
Are we sure her and Firefly aren't related?
I don't care about the desk. I'm worried about all this vodka she's pouring out. It's making me mad.
Is that the same song from the Batman? No, it's not.
Nah.
It started off with the same opening. I'm like, are we doing a callback of one movie already? This would be like Naruto. We're gonna have a flashback within a flashback within a flashback. Nothing's
No one
happening.
cares about Naruto.
Thousands of anime fans have all just disagreed with you entirely.
I don't care.
It's okay, guys. Tony can't read subtitles.
I cannot. I hate anything with subtitles. Anything. I hate it. I hate it.
Did you watch
Musicals?
Schindler's List?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, it's like, isn't that like a classic with subtitles? This is supposed to be like a silent film.
I mean, pretty much.
She's gonna leave with Rush and just go start a new life. Is that the move?
She's gonna make she's gonna make Rush turn into Scarecrow. I need it. I need that.
That's crazy. Like not even just giving it away or selling it, full on fire sale.
So, her and Rush are gonna go to this meeting. They're gonna put a burlap bag on Rush's head and throw him into the water, and he's gonna turn into Scarecrow. I don't care. Make it happen.
Anything's better than him just being Sophia's lapdog who has not moved the plot along whatsoever,
Facts.
other than the torture device guy.
So we can say that Rush is pretty much useless.
Right now. I mean, I can't name something he's done to move the story forward or make it better currently.
Agreed.
Yeah, see, y'all don't got Oz's mother, which means he can let loose right now.
He was gonna let loose anyway. Oz is known for self-preservation.
But they're not really holding him that tight, if we're noticing. It doesn't look like it's a very unfriendly hold. And he just needs to sell this, so.
She knows. She knows. It's a
Yeah,
setup.
that look. She's like, oh, crud.
Boom.
To get outplayed at the end. Oh, wow.
Antonio. Antonio, we love you.
Antonio. Oh, that was a song cover of Nirvana by Bowie. Oh, go figure. I didn't know that. Well, we have a new Dayu.
I think we called that though. We said Link was gonna be the new Dio. Well, at least I did. I don't know about y'all. I don't pay attention to y'all.
You never do. That's why you left me.
I'm gonna leave you again too.
I know you would. In a heartbeat.
How was this for a flashback? He's her driver again.
She gonna end
You
up
love
back
it
in
when
Arkham.
stories are well told.
Ooh, what if she do go back at Arkham and Rush is there as Scarecrow? Yes.
Or Hugo. Come,
No.
give me something strange. He's like, I just needed a new look. Just like full on beard.
If he comes out bald headed with glasses, then yeah, you got that one.
I'm not gonna get this one. Like I called most of the things that happened in Agatha. I'm not gonna get anything in this. And I'll be out for like the next 2 years. I'm wrong. So
Thank you. I need backstories on what happened to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
wrought wire. Dang. Or is that piano wire? One or the other. Yikes.
Wait till you see this next one.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
she means business. All right, I see you, girl. I see you. Damn. All right. It's using your head.
Penguin is into the gang war by himself.
This is literally the ending to Godfather 1.
It is.
Just putting
It
that out there.
is. It is. I didn't even
Copy and
realize
paste.
that. I did not realize. It still works though.
It does. It's an organic copy and paste. It's
I
not like we
forgot
forced this.
it, Brent. I keep
You're welcome.
forgetting this is. I forget this is your thing. I totally forgot that. It was almost play by play.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good call.
When
You
you
just
have a
need it.
great book to copy and paste, might as well.
You just needed a baseball bat. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
One more kid with a baseball bat.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Puzel wrote a book so good he got abducted by the mob because, like, how do you know our secrets?
Right.
It was
I
just
remember that.
a book he wrote from the top of his head.
I remember that story.
Yeah, it's wild.
It was so good.
The movie is actually as good as the books, folks. So if you wanted to skip to that, go ahead and watch one of the greatest things Francis Ford Coppola's ever done.
Watch Godfather 1 and 2. You don't have to watch 3.
The third was heinous, and we don't talk about it.
2 was better than 1, but 1 was still a masterpiece.
It is slow. It's like the Batman. It'll be slow, but it's a beautiful build.
It is. But you need to watch 1 before you watch 2.
Is he really going to go through with this right now?
Somebody check out Antonio.
He's in shambles right now, folks.
Where have I seen this before?
Offing someone right by the waterfront? You mean Godfather 2's ending where they took his brother on the boat?
Facts. Facts. Once you said it out there, yep.
You can't tell somebody to watch it and then freaking start giving them ending to the movies.
It's so vague that you actually wouldn't be able to put that together.
And it doesn't even matter because the whole movie is great from start to finish. It's one of those movies where you could tell the ending and people will still watch the movie.
The game was pretty good too.
Oh yeah, the first one. The second one I didn't enjoy as much.
The second one, no. The first one was good.
The second one tried to be too new generation. It just.
Can we all check on Antonio though?
We haven't heard a click yet, or at least I haven't. You guys are ahead of me.
He's gone. He left.
I mean, the chat number hasn't dropped down, so I haven't seen him leave officially.
I think he's crying. He's crying into his cup.
The cops.
Yep. She's going to jail forever. Yep. She's going to jail.
He did the fall guy for the senator.
She's going to Arkham.
It's a perfect return back.
She's going to Arkham because she was already there before. Yep. They would send her back.
Because this is his win for the senator, so he's going to move himself up. This is brilliant.
And now he's got a big player.
Which is what he needed.
Which again, Godfather.
Antonio.
As long as she didn't die, I don't care.
But this sets him up. So he's got a big player in there. Monroe's, I think, is going to become the Iceberg Lounge.
Probably.
That would make sense.
And I'm sure Sophia would have rather been got than be sent back. Is he really going to check on his mother after all this?
Can I say that Oz has the fastest limp in the history of limps?
Yeah. I have a friend with that foot situation. Not that fast.
Wait a minute. Didn't she have a stroke? She might be a vegetable. She might be a vegetable.
I don't think she cares. I think she's...
No, I think she's a vegetable.
Oh, he's going to take his biggest L on his biggest W day. He hasn't talked to a doctor yet about this, huh? I mean, I don't know what getting a doctor is going to do. You're not going to be able to pull her out of a vegetable state. It's just either you pull or keep paying.
Yep, there it is.
On the day you give her everything, she's gone.
Doesn't matter.
So he's going through grief in his own way. I'm not sure that's the best case scenario for Sophia Antonio. I think her being sent off to like Italy would have been it.
that's it's
Arkham's like
hers.
the worst.
Her still being alive is the best case scenario for her character because now, as Will said earlier, she can come back and cause more trouble.
And she's been touted as the hangman once again. So now we may actually see her feed more into that.
Right?
As opposed to trying to be this redemptive character. It's like, oh, I just had a rough upbringing. Okay, you chose to do a lot of things. Pretty. Antonio, I was fully expecting her to go. She's too
You
big to
lucked
let
out,
go.
Antonio.
Matt
They
Reeves
heard
saw that her acting,
they
Yeah,
heard
her
your cries.
and again, this is like the most watched show on television. Period. Right now,
facts.
this is amazing.
Facts. Facts.
And even as
99%
we're
of the
talking,
acting
Colin's
is
killing it.
great.
Yep.
It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, Penguin. I'm sorry.
See, this is what happened. Oh, when his mom got him, that's when he cracked and he started going down. The problem's gonna come. Like he's this is rock bottom for him. Like mom's done, whatever. So when he starts to come back up, this is where you're gonna get that really bad penguin, like that destructive. I don't care. Like I'm finna do whatever. Penguin. That's what we finna get.
You still finna have Vic as his sidekick,
And that's all that matters because Vic was loyal till the end.
and Penguin is gonna remember that.
Loyalty don't freaking matter. I'm
It
telling
do the
you,
Penguin. It do the Penguin. It don't matter the
it
Joker.
used to.
Oh, it's still going to. He's gonna
Oh, it's
remember
going
Vic.
to. He's gonna. He brought. You got to think. He brought Vic up from absolutely nothing, and
This is
Vic
his son
stayed
now.
by
This is
his
what he's
side.
gonna cling to. This
This
is his
is
coping mechanism.
this is his anchor point, basically. Watch this conversation.
They didn't depart in the worst way possible, I will say,
It
as
what?
mother and son.
Yeah, they did.
Mm. I mean, you're the biggest head in all of Gotham's crime family, and it took what 2, 3 weeks.
No, it was 2 weeks after the implosion.
Well, I'm saying since he actively started trying, like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe, or like a couple months if we're counting the snow period
It's
from like November to now.
it's got to be months just because of Sophia being in Arkham. So let's say a year and a half. But that's still pretty good though.
Vic's got a whole new dad, so it's gonna be fine. Man, that looks like some MD 2020.
That's
I
it.
would not be
That's the
drinking out of that.
word. That's the.
That was terrible.
Oh, don't shoot, Vic.
Mm.
Here goes the stuttering. He's nervous.
It. Mm. You're family to me, but also you almost put me in a hole like 2, 3 weeks ago. But hey, quick memory on that.
It's because Vic wasn't acting right. It's tough love.
He ain't doing nothing to Vic. They're good. Unless he's truly monstrous.
In all of Gotham, Penguin was the only boss that was loyal to his henchmen. Please don't kill Vic. Because Two-Face would shoot his henchmen. Joker never kept the same henchmen. Don't kill Vic. That's all I'm asking.
Because Vic's an all-star in this show.
He
Vic
is.
knows
Grow
his
up is
weakness.
incredible.
Vic got too close.
This could go either way at this point.
Please don't give us the father-son moment.
No. I'm sad. I'm sad.
Oh, come on.
You want it ruthless? You want it diabolical?
The minute he put his arm around him, I knew that was the end of Vic.
Well, he just got a thing about family. Oh, come on. I would rather have Sophia gone than this. But Will is right.
So see, this is one of those good changes that works. Vic doesn't die in the comics. That's his boy forever. But it works because now you're going to see the Penguin that you've never seen before. And then you rob him.
You got to make it look like an accident, like a random.
It looked like it was only about a random robbery. Antonio is entirely with us that was heinous.
Antonio, you can't be complaining. You got your girl still.
Got us mourn.
Mourn our fallen brother. Vic would have been definitely someone I've been cool with. But now, yikes. That's unfortunate.
Oh, come on, Oz. Okay, here we go. Shh, everybody shut up. Okay, so no bald head.
No beard. Still rocking that stupid mustache.
It's like his beard doesn't connect.
Right in the middle, too. The most annoying portion.
Cha-cha-cha-chia.
One of those marriage proposals is from Antonio.
You mean 3 of those marriage proposals are from Antonio?
One for each episode where a dress was in.
Facts.
Really? We just gonna name drop?
What did he say?
Selena Kyle.
He's a letter from
No.
Selena Kyle.
No way.
That's your half sister, huh?
Oh boy. Is she coming back for 2?
She is supposed to.
I mean, I ain't mad at it, but
See, Antonio said for each dress, he agreed with us.
and it's all black for Catwoman. I see you, DC, and your little color coordination. Should have had like a cat's paw as like the thing keeping the thing sealed.
Read it out loud. Read it out loud. We don't know what's going on now.
It builds the suspense.
I don't care.
Probably like, hey, our dad's a piece of human garbage. Sorry for your loss. Have fun in Arkham. I'm gonna go rob somebody. P.S. Batman's hot.
And that's why I kept Mom's name.
Ooh, that's purple.
That's Penguin. I hate you.
He's got the tux on.
Ooh, that's a nice
He
car.
just needs the monocle.
He's got the hat. He's got the hat.
He need the monocle. He still needs the monocle.
Does he have a cane? No, he's got the umbrella. Where's the umbrella? Have it start raining so he can like pull it up.
And why hasn't it rained in Gotham yet?
It's the
There's the umbrellas.
couple weeks with good
There's
weather. I don't know.
Top hat.
There's a 3-piece. That is definitely the penguin look. I need to hear wah, 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 wah,
Really? Really?
I need to hear just one. Like, what's your name? Wah, wah. Just give me something. There, he's keeping his promise to his mother.
That's got to be expensive.
He runs Gotham now. He don't care.
Antonio, I was going to say Penguin was soft routing out Sophia, but then he took out Vic. I mean, yeah, it's a balance. It's all a balancing act. Oh, she's crying. She has some activity.
I mean, if she had a stroke, she basically just lost her ability to talk. She can still function. She just can't talk or move too good. So she's aware of what's going on.
That her son is now the biggest name in all of Gotham. The Cobblepots will be remembered forever.
Well, I mean, they were a founding family anyway. They should be remembered anyway.
I wonder if he ever gets back at that girl he was seeing for everything. Oh, wow.
Okay. I was like, keep watching.
Throw out the window.
Have to, just on principle alone.
Just on principle.
But he doesn't know.
How doesn't he?
He has to know that someone tipped Sophia off.
He got to, and she was the only one that could have.
And he's taken out everybody else with vital information to him.
Unless she goes out of window, unless
she gotta go.
Unless she gets taken out. I don't think freaking he knows right
here,
now.
Here. No, bro, you killed Vic. She got to go.
She is a toxin. Gotta go.
His whole thing was like, I can't be soft anymore. You make me soft. She makes you soft too. Throw her out the window.
Wait.
Because he's heard what he needs to hear. Like, let's.
Are you paying attention right now?
Yes.
You hear how they're talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like a mother and son. This is his weird therapy. It's over.
He used everything that his mother never told him for her, and now she's going out the window.
No, like, again, she's a Carlo, so she may be using, like, in his head, it's jacked up. Bam.
Window? Yes, no? Bat Sybil. Boy, did I call that. Boy, did I call that. This whole episode called.
Hey, no, what's this at the end? Hold on.
There's no post credit. It's just them, how the actors and actresses who made this show phenomenal recapping.
Oh my God. I love this.
Matt
Reeves for president.
Now,
like, goodbye, Gunn. I don't need you anymore. Let's just go Team Reeves.
Well, he's still in there. Matt Reeves has written
3 bangers in a row.
No, he's written a letter or type thing. Thank you so much to all the incredible fans who have been watching The Penguin. Getting to follow Oz through Gotham's back alleys with you on HBO has been a dream come true. And thank you to the astonishing Colin Farrell and Christine Milioti and our entire cast who brought these characters so beautifully to life. And to our wonderful writers, directors, and crew. And to our amazing showrunner, Lauren LaFranc. It has been a privilege. We are excited to share tonight's finale with you. And we look forward to bringing you the next chapter in our epic crime saga in the Batman Part 2. With gratitude, Matt.
It's like 2 years from now where we're going to get Batman Part 2, by the way. So,
I mean, that's fine. But
salute to the greatest show.
He's keeping in line with, continuing the crime saga and bringing everything, which is the core of Batman's kind of thing. Now, Breathe it in, Tony. Breathe it in.
I'm trying to take this all in because oh my god.
DC is finally cooking.
I am I'm going to say
No,
this
no, no.
and I don't care
Matt
who
Reeve
agrees with
is
me.
cooking.
This is the greatest TV show ever. And I'm going to die on that hill. I used to put Loki up there because I was, and I'm not a Marvel guy, but I was so in love with Loki. I was, but like Brent said earlier, it was just Loki. You had all your little, B plus characters and minor characters. In the Penguin, each and every character mattered. I love this show. I'm gonna just keep watching it every Sunday until I get to Batman 2. I'm going to. I'm still upset that I did not get Scarecrow. Or even I would have took Hugo at the point because I was getting to the point that I needed somebody, but they didn't give it to me. But I'm still fine with that because now I can guess on when Penguin is going to throw that harlot out of the window
Two
because it
years
has
from
to
now.
happen.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it starts the Batman too.
It should.
Because Colin has stated that he has not been discussed anything, and he hasn't seen a script pertaining to the second movie, but he knows he is supposed to be in it in some role and capacity.
Even if
That's
it's
all he
just his
knows right now.
voice on the phone, I'm care. I care. I want Colin as Penguin.
Look,
I want
when
Sophia
he wins
back.
awards for this,
He has
I'm
to. He
pretty
has
sure
to.
he'll be like, yeah, I'll run it back.
You got
We will
to.
all stand up in our living rooms collectively and give him just as much thunderous applause as this man deserves because,
And
boy,
he
were we
deserves it.
so wrong about Colin Farrell as Penguin and Robert Pattinson as Batman.
And I'm
Boy,
gonna
were the three of us looking foolish
first
right
of
now.
all, I think I was the one that will take the most criticism for being wrong about the Twinkle Man as Batman because that's literally what I called him. I didn't like it. I was more against him as Batman as I was Heath Ledger as Joker. And I was wrong on both counts. It worked. Patterson, in my opinion, worked better because he encompassed the young Batman to almost perfection. He gave me the emo goth Bruce, which we all needed. They gave me the experienced Batman who was getting beat up by a bridge. We needed that. We got the young Batman who didn't have anything established except himself. And we needed that. And now you give us a great villain in Penguin. You give us a great B level Catwoman. She hasn't been established too much yet, so yeah, she's not, A tier yet. And then you give us great supporting characters that we look forward to coming back, like Sophia. I can't wait to see Sophia on the screen again. I'm hoping it's on the big screen. Or it could be in this whatever do or don't Arkham series. I don't care. We need to see more of Sophia. And not just because Antonio's in love with her, but because her character was great. Top to bottom, her acting was outstanding. And this is, for me, why this sets this series as the greatest TV show because almost every actor except that, one Maroney guy was great. All of them. You
Falcone.
were Falcone, we hated him. But everybody else, it was like they drew you in.
And when was the last time we actually brought every actor or actress back from a movie for a TV show and it just stayed continuously perfect? We missed one character, and that's the only character we can name drop on this series. That was bad. That was it.
Yep, that was it.
That's the whole list, which is crazy. Because, like, with the internet the way it is currently, people hate everything. I have not heard any hate pertaining to this show. Have either of you had any conversations
No,
online with anybody saying, hey, this
I've
is bad?
the only thing I've had is people say I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting to binge it because a lot of people don't like the waiting a week because we're spoiled these days.
I
When me and Will was growing up, we used to have to wait every day.
Hmm.
Certain days. Your show came out on a Monday, you had to wait every Monday for it to come out. Nowadays, you can get them. You can drop 4 episodes in a night. So a lot of people now are just waiting. No, I'm gonna wait till it drops all episodes, and I'm just gonna binge it a weekend. And I keep telling people, don't do that. You need to keep it's you're gonna get burnt out in my opinion. If you watch 8 straight hours, you're going to get burnt out and you're not going to enjoy it because as we watched in between some of these episodes, you had to sit back and take in what you saw. You had to understand exactly what went on. If you binge watch 8 straight hours, you're going to miss stuff. And that's just how it is.
Fallout.
You're
We're
you're
looking at you,
gonna get
Fallout.
burned out. You're gonna get burned out. So I myself don't like binge watching. I can take 2 or 3 episodes at a time, and after that, I need a break because again, I need to focus on what I saw, especially when it's a character that I know and a character that I've grown up with. I need to see if I can recognize the stuff in there. And I love this show. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. Y'all go ahead.
And then we have everyone in chat, Weird One talking about the bat signal, talking about how Oz did Victor dirty. That is the only part in this episode where I was actually agitated that Vic was done like that. But as Will already clearly stated, he's not going to have a weakness anymore. And the only thing that can stop him is Batman.
That's why he got to kill
That's,
that
that's it.
harlot.
Look,
He got to throw her out the
we
window.
were reminded to we cared about Oz, right? The show made us care about what happened to Oz
I care
and how
more
things
about Victor,
transpired.
but I get it.
But again, they had to remind us that he is the villain.
A
He
gangster.
is a bad guy. He is a gangster. He's a killer. You got to remember, he took out his brothers. And like me and Tony told earlier, he took it out. He knew what he was doing.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
He was methodical. He knows how to read people. It did perfect justice for his character to do that, even though we didn't like it. It made sense for his character to do it, to again establish himself on top and to eliminate excess strings. The only one that he's got to worry about right now is Eve. But again, it's that jacked up mentality. That's part that's still jacked up in his head because it relates to his mother. He can't fix that, and that's a problem for him.
It's like, as Weird One said, as soon as you saw Oz and Victor all alone, man, how can you? I understand being a gangster, but when someone says, "Thank you for being the father I wish I had," and then your next move is, "Well, anyway, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
No,
it.
He don't need no
He's
father.
all
Remember
right."
that's
that was
for
mentioned
me.
earlier.
Dang.
For me, I didn't think he was gonna do. I didn't think he was gonna off Vic until Vic started playing on those heartstrings. The second he came out and was like, "Thank you for saving me," I saw it in Penguin's eyes. You gotta go. The minute he put his arm around him, I was like, Vic is gone. And I prepared myself. I just know he was gonna. I didn't know he was gonna choke him. I didn't know this. I'm still upset about that, but
I feel like that
it
was way
had
more
to.
personal and or like it was way more visceral watching him choke him out as opposed to just shooting him.
Yeah,
It was slow. It was agonizing. You heard him calling his name. Like it was a gut punch.
And he was still talking about him positively and glowingly while he was ending this other human being's
and
existence.
Vic
That's
was his ride
crazy.
or die. Vic would have done anything for Penguin. Anything.
Mm. It's like he finally got rid of his stutter. He made the right decisions. He called the capo out that all those capos wanted to be in charge. And then this. Vic finally picks up the game, understands the lingo, understands his role, how to overcome his stutter, found
Kill
his father,
somebody.
and then done. Just like that. It harsh. It is a harsh world out there in these Gotham streets. Just the worst possible
But it still
scenario.
has not rained. I'm waiting for the bad weather.
Which is crazy that it always rains more in Gotham, even though Gotham's supposed to be based on New York, and then we know that Chicago is where Superman is supposed to be from,
Correct.
and that's like one of the rainiest, windiest cities in all of America aside from Seattle. So I don't get that, but hey, it is what it is. The comic universe is almost always raining in Gotham, and there's almost always pearls down a drain somewhere. So, this
Thank
shows us like
goodness we didn't see that.
we saw Oz become a monster in front of our eyes. Sophia got sent back to the Shadow Realm from whence she came. And now we have a whole new set of family members out running around in Gotham who all owe their allegiance to Oz. Makes you very, very curious because we got zero hints pertaining to the Batman 2 other than the letter from Selena Kyle to the Hangman.
And we don't even know what was said.
Which is perfect. It's going to let the internet just sit there, stew on it, marinate on it, and we'll be waiting with dying breath to the very, very next time we get either a trailer or a tease or James Gunn says something pertaining to the next project. And my goodness, if the next movie is bad, I'll just blame Gunn that he got involved because Matt Reeves has done this untouched thus far. But hey, if it's
Agreed.
fantastic, we'll just keep on cooking. Just keep
You
letting Matt Reeves do his thing.
you got the formula. Use it. Don't need to change it if it works.
Yeah, because like the poetic timing on everything was perfect. Nothing is standing in my way. Boom, bat signal. Like that. That's beautiful writing. That's like they took that directly out of the Batman animated series. They literally just felt like it was a copy and paste, shot for shot. It was just so perfectly called that like no one's gonna be mad. It'd be like, oh, they went with that cliche. Nope, that's how it should have ended. So we're gonna have a interesting time kind of moving forward with that. Will, how are you feeling about this series overall?
This series overall was utterly fantastic. I cannot wait to see the Batman 2 and what they decide to do with it, what direction they want to go. I think that they should continue this trend, whereas you have the movie and then you can set up some stuff that's going on in the background with a series. Again, you can do it right. You ain't got to do a bunch of series. You ain't got to do like,
Marvel.
eight series in 1 year. So that you can just drop one masterpiece like this, like that, and keep it moving. Let it set up. Let it, give us a little something to feed off on. So instead of us having to wait, for it, because when did Batman drop? The Batman. When did the original
Sometime
come out?
last year, or was it
Yeah,
the
it
year
was last
before?
year. I think it was
Yeah.
last year.
So and we got to wait till 2026, right? So 3 years in between. So yeah, you give us a nice little series that explains some of the underworkings from the villains' perspectives and all that kind of stuff. We can get a whole lot more attached to what's going on in Gotham, and we can have a ball. And it already sets up for the next Batman movie, which allows you to go right into the plot of whatever it is and just kind of get things going. Like we ain't got to waste no time. We're focused on Batman at that point and what Batman is doing about stuff, what training he's doing, or what things he's dealing with, whatever the case may be. And we get the other side perspective from the villains during the series. Like it's great. It works out awesome because I do think that we know Batman. Batman is a great character. A lot of people who already know Batman, but again, you don't know all the villains. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know about a lot of the villains that you can give us more exposition on and you can explain in detail, like again, how they did with Penguin, and they explained his character so freaking well. And
They
now when
they
we're
gave a
go
great backstory for Penguin.
so when we go into this and so like that, Batman's backstory is going to be over the length of the movies. We're learning Batman over the length of the movies.
Yep.
Everything that he's dealing with, everything he's going through, how he's got to handle stuff. So do the series and give us the villains in the series to ramp up for the Batman. So now we're just focused. We're not trying to tell two stories at once. We already know this story, and they're just going through action. Now we're getting Batman's story and what he's dealing with and what he's learning because he learns from every villain he faces. He learns something. He learns how to figure something out, how to whatever he needs to do to handle that situation properly and to move on. I can't think of one situation where Batman just did not like. Okay, I got to figure this out. If Batman took some type of L, guarantee you it wasn't a full L because he learned something about what he needs to do moving forward.
Side note.
Same thing.
Side note. Batman loses more than he wins.
Batman's just the comeback champion.
He is
Batman's round two champ every time.
every
He's like,
single
okay,
time.
round one, you got me.
Usually
you.
Batman will lose the first round. It's very rare that Batman will lose the second and third. He usually will figure out, and I'm not talking about all the contingency plans that he has, because if he's met you, he has a plan to defeat you. That's beside the point. I'm talking about the initial meetings. It usually does not go his way, and in that for that instance, I mean a supervillain, not just a regular guy. Like when he fought KG Beast, KG Beast was putting hands on Batman because he wasn't ready for it. But the
Mhm.
next time they fought, he still didn't defeat him, but he also didn't lose. He locked him underground and left him there. When Batman don't kill, but he don't save you either. It's like when he fights the Riddler, he knows it's going to be a mental challenge. When he fights the Joker, each and every time he knows it's going to be something different that he has to be prepared for. And that's why people always want to scream out, Batman prep time, Batman prep time. Well, I mean, it's a superpower. So leave it alone. It's what he's built on.
And we skipped directly past all the training involving the League of Shadows. We skipped past everything involving the pearls down the drain. Like we are just at the point where Batman is starting to figure out his formula, what's working, what isn't working, and like as the weird one said in chat, when do we think the Batman Part 2 takes place? Are we going to say it picks up directly after Penguin, or do you
It's
think we're
supposed
going to
to.
have a pause?
It's supposed to be. This is supposed to be a continuation, just like the Penguin was a continuation of the Batman. It picked up 2 weeks after the Batman. They're saying the Batman 2 is going to be directly at the end of the Penguin show.
So
So we
whatever
got
Batman's going to address with that signal, it's
exactly.
going to
It's
be
it's
the
more than
something big.
likely. It might be more than likely all the murders that's been going on, because Penguin did tell the councilman about all the bodies that's underground. They might have called in Batman to investigate, because apparently that's that's what they have now. Call Batman. He's not there. They don't have the anti-vigilante task force out yet, and you still have just Detective Gordon. So he might have called in Batman and said, "Hey, I need some help thinking about this." But we don't know because it's so tight-lipped right now. We don't know the villain. We've all seen the fan-made posters. I've seen one that had Clayface. I've seen one that had Mr. Freeze. I've seen one that even had Man Bat. I was like, okay, y'all are getting ridiculous now. But who's the villain going to be? We don't know. We do know that Penguin is supposedly show up sometime during the movie. We have an idea that Catwoman is supposed to come back at some point during the movie, but the main villain is still unknown to us.
I laugh if it was like Black Mask, and that's the only reason Penguin's involved because his territories are starting to be encroached because of all the comeuppance that has happened with his whole new regime change involving Gotham, and Black Mask thought it's time to pop up. But I don't think that fits timeline wise. So
It's
again, I'm just
it kind
spitballing
of
here.
it kind of does, but the problem is even Pattinson's Batman can handle Black Mask because it was nothing special about him. He was just a high-profile gangster. That's basically all he was. So, eh.
And then Antonio in here with the clutch chat that we're all internally thinking, but we can finally say out loud. I'm happy to see DC do so well so they can motivate Marvel to do better. That's what we want. We want both companies to be motivating each other and just cooking.
As
Marvel's had a
comic book
decent
people,
year,
yeah,
but right now, this one show is better than everything Marvel's put out the entire year.
it's better than anything Marvel's put out. I'm saying it. I'm
And that
saying it.
includes X-Men 97.
Yes. And I love X-Men. Everybody, if you know me, I'm a DC guy, but I grew up on X-Men and I love me some X-Men.
Like, as
But
long as both companies are taking wins, though, that's as a fan where you want to be. I want Marvel
facts.
to be like looking at Penguin's success and like, dang, I wish we could have had some of that. It's like, well, you've had what 6 years, 4 years, whatever the case is, to really hone in on TV shows and figure out what works, and you've dropped maybe 3 shows that have been good.
What three?
So like Loki twice and Agatha once.
I'm still not unsold on Agatha, but Loki I consider as one show.
Watch it on Max, White and Black. Watch it on Max. That's the only place to watch it. Only place.
Yep.
But yeah, as far as like DC picking up right where they're at right now, Matt Reeves, big congratulations to you. Big congratulations. It's a beautiful project. We all cumulatively love it.
Love it.
I have it as my show of the year, undoubtedly.
And I support that.
And I see full on awards for both. Is it Kristen Milotti and Colin Farrell?
Oh, they're gonna get awards across the board. Just the makeup alone, the scores. Come on now.
The
The
shout outs as
music.
well
Come
for
on.
Vic. Vic probably deserves a supporting cast role, but again, if he's going up against Kristen Milotti, good luck.
Yeah.
They both
I
are
mean, usually
phenomenal.
you
So
have best
Vic's probably
supporting
better.
actor and best supporting actress. Maybe
I thought they combined it all into actor now, and
did they? I don't know.
I think it's just general.
Yeah, I think they've
I'm
gone
not
for
sure
general, but
because
I
I
don't
don't
know.
watch it. I don't watch the award
They're
shows like
snooze
that.
fest. We just kind of wait for someone else, another like channel, be like, "Here you go. Here's what happened." Be like, "Cool." Or in summary, yeah. This makes sense, or this doesn't make sense. Loki gets extra points for the save from Jonathan Major. Did it? We still have a giant vacuum in the Marvel villain space time continuum.
We do. We do. Yes.
Robert Downey Jr. can't fill that void. So that's when you got a problem.
Let's not bring that up because that would trigger Will, and we don't. Do we want that?
Not right now. He's just eating goods. And like we've already said that DC outdid Marvel with one project. Like I don't. I don't think we need to
But
keep
let's not
expounding
let
on
this
this.
not be a one hit wonder. I need more shows. I need the Batman 2 to be just as good as the Batman 1. In fact, you can make it a T2 and make it to where the sequel is better than the original. I would be fine with that. But I need you to trend upward because I'm tired of being the DC guy and keep having to try to find an excuse on why everything you do sucks. I don't want to do that.
Just
Give
stop
me,
letting Zack Snyder write, please. We're
I mean,
begging you.
we've agreed on that, but
He can direct, but someone else has to write everything, and not his wife. Not his wife. We
I
saw
no.
don't
what
think I need.
happened. Me and Will
Look,
covered that movie. It was terrible.
I don't
It
need
was
that many
terrible.
slow mo shots though. Like there's gonna be way too many slow mo shots if he's
I
directing.
blame the Matrix.
That's a great blaming point. It's a great starting point
I
for
blame the
most
Matrix.
things. I blame Harambe. R.I.P.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, stop it.
It put us in this timeline. Sorry, it's been too much internet this week, folks. My apologies. Shenanigans will ensue. Will, as you were saying,
Shenanigans. Shenanigans.
Honestly, I think that Matt Reeves has a great thing going. I want to keep going. We do know that it's separate from everything else that James Gunn is doing. So, with that being said, so with that's I'm definitely giving Matt Reeves his props for that. But DC has a whole other entity lined up with how they're going to do their thing for that. So before I go try to get DC did it, so with that, I was like, let me see what they're going to do with Superman and everything
No,
else. Like, what are they going to pull together?
I'm living
Because
in the
because
Matt,
moment.
Peacemaker season 2
Matt,
and Superman are like next year, right? That's their two projects.
Yes.
so because Matt Reeves is on a pedestal by himself right here. Like, this is where I keep him safe.
That's where I keep my one trophy that we have.
It does
So
not matter. I don't care about what's coming in the future. I'm living in the present right now, and I am
well,
happy.
your present just ended, so now you
It
got to
does. It's still
wait.
there.
As
It's
long as you
still
have the
there.
streaming service, it never ends, baby. Go subscribe to
Exactly.
Max and just keep watching this on repeat with the Batman.
I'm
I
telling you.
will not. I will not
Don't.
watch this again
You are out of your
until
mind. This is a rewatch
until
100%.
before Batman
Cause
2.
I guarantee you, if when we watched all the live here, we missed stuff because as I pointed out, Brent gets excited, he
I,
starts to talk. So you have to go back and rewatch stuff and then point out to Brent in the future what we missed.
it's
That's what I
me.
have you
I get
for.
excitable.
But
Like
it
I missed
works.
why Penguin went to the courthouse initially. I missed that whole conversation because I was monologuing. Which, hey,
And
I'm
I
like a
sat
James
here like
Bond
he's
villain.
going
I will
like he's
monologue.
literally going to meet an important person. That's why he's in there.
I just thought he wanted a nice road trip. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to
Negative.
stretch his leg. I don't know.
Negative.
But again, like this series just hit for me in so many ways. I'm my inner childhood from Batman Arkham games just
What you mean?
mm.
You're like your inner childhood. You're still in your childhood.
Am I? Like the back
Yes.
pain has just started.
No, you got a long way to go.
Like mm.
You got a long way to go. I got my knee braces on right now, and I'm sitting down.
It's 31 old folks. It's 31 old.
No,
Like I need that in chat. I need someone to like back me up on that one way
No,
or the
not at
other.
all.
31 is
They're
not
not
old.
saying that because they're older.
I wish
I
I
have the
was
youth and
31.
exuberance. That's where Tony's like a sneeze away from a home, and well,
I'm a sneeze away from a dislocated hip. What are you talking about? I sneeze too hard, it's gonna pop off and probably hit the sofa. It's just gonna happen.
and we'll get sick a lot. I don't know what to tell you guys.
All right.
I'm just here.
So for the Batman 2, who's your number one pick for villain to show up? With keep this in mind.
Realistic.
Catwoman and Penguin are supposed to be in this. I don't know what capacity they're going to be in this. So with that being said, we know the Catwoman and Penguin have definitely had ties. Hangman is probably going to be locked up for now. Don't know if Hangman's going to get out. What Batman villain would work best to slot in for the Batman 2?
Well, I mean, that's two different questions. You want our opinion on who would slot in best, or looking at the
There's two different
show,
answers for that.
Who do
who
you
can?
think is going to show up based on the show, and who do you think would slot in best for what we have, for all the information we have so far?
Hmm. Brent, you go first. I got it. I'm thinking.
Of course, you throw me directly to the wolves. So I have to
Of
think
course.
on my feet.
That's
But
what I
what
do.
else would a father do to his only son, his only begotten son? The only thing for me who should slot in, and I'm gonna hate the words that come out of my mouth after this because I will get ripped apart for this, is Black Mask. He's just grounded enough. He keeps the same level, keeps the same energy, keeps us moving as far as the crime level in Gotham. And Batman, with his experience level, would fit for me. Who I would want to see is the person we've all been pining for this entire time in this series for Dr. Rush to finally become and still not be a single important character in the show. Scarecrow. Like, he did nothing. He was only Sophia's play toy. That was it.
And he still acted. He acted the. It was still a great.
He was
It,
simping perfectly. I don't know what to tell you. That just was his
so
role.
I don't think it should be Black Mask just for the reason that we
We already
already
had
got
one crime show.
we already got the gangster mobster villain in this series with the Penguin. I will agree that it should go with Scarecrow because you technically already have it set up as Rush could possibly be Scarecrow. To me it would make sense, but I have a different choice who I would think I would like to see in it, and I have my reasons. I would love to see Calendar Man just for the main reason that we know Arkham is going to be probably a focal point into because you're going to have Sophia there. Penguin is still going to be running around. He could be going back and forth to Arkham. I think Calendar Man would make sense for me since he does most of his criminal activities and all his murders on holidays, not just major holidays. He does all holidays. And I think with Batman coming from the Riddler and him still trying to be established, now you get a serial killer who kills with holiday themes. You still keep the noir part of Batman being his detective, but you also get the violence that is Gotham.
I would have written Victor Zaz following that thought process, but again, I hear you.
You Zaz would be okay, but the problem is he doesn't just pop up. He was already around and you knew of Zaz. Calendar Man was kind of like, okay, who is this weirdo and why is it what's going on here? You could also make a play for Professor Pig if you want to keep it grounded. My personal Batman villain favorite villain is Clayface, but I don't think the second or third Clayface would work. It would have to be Carlo. And technically we have a Carlo already in this series. So that could also transfer over into the movie, and you could get an OG version of Clayface who's a master of disguise, and you would still keep that noir distinctiveness for your show. That's just me. I myself would like Calendar Man because I think it would just flow a little better for me. Because you're not going to give me Scarecrow. I'm already set up. I'm setting myself up for not having him.
And then Will, who is your choice since you put us on the spot?
Uh, can, again, and I don't know the timeline like Tony does, so I'm sure he'll shoot down anything I have to say.
You know I will.
With the quickness. Um, but yeah, Scarecrow I think is one of the ones that we were all looking for. Scarecrow, Hugo Strange, just somewhere in that psychological area of kind of messing with people. I definitely want to see. I still wanted to see Clayface. Like I was kind of hoping that we would get, Eve Carlo
Eve
would
turned
tie
out
into
to be
something.
like Clayface
Maybe
actually.
a female version of what we know as the classic Clayface. Like
There was a female version of Clayface.
yeah. See, so again, I don't know. So like, I was thinking somewhere along the lines and
Was
able
she
to do
four?
the swaps of that, but none of that stuff was kind of happening. I wasn't sure if uh, where Mad Hatter, what's the toy maker got, where they fall into place. I'm not sure where they fall in the
Toy
timeline.
Man.
Toy Man, yeah, not sure where they fall in time, but I think they would be interesting to see.
The only
I'm
thing with
still
Toy
pining for
Man,
Deathstroke, but I'm never gonna get him. I'm just
you're
gonna have
not
to
getting
accept
Deathstroke
that.
this early.
I
You can't.
know. I know.
You can't.
Maybe part 3.
I don't even know if part three unless they do a time jump because Deathstroke bodied Batman for his first like 10 years in existence. Batman lost every single fight to Deathstroke, every fight, and it wasn't even
Easy.
close.
Just make a Deathstroke show. asking for a friend. I'm the friend.
I
But
could do
anyway,
that.
back to what's going on. Like what's actually important. So your vote is Clayface.
Technically, it would be. I mean, I'm trying to think who else you do. Freaking, where's the what's that dude?
Clayface will be a problem this early.
Yeah, and
It,
that's what I was thinking. So I'm not sure. Like fire, you mentioned Firefly.
I don't think Firefly could carry a movie.
Maybe not necessarily. That's what I say. In conjunction with somebody, would it work?
Like he would have to be a henchman of Penguin.
Kind of penguin set him loose or something.
Yeah. Like
Maybe like, hey, I
it
can't rein him back in. He's just
in
gone
that
loose, kind of
instance,
thing.
in that scenario, you could actually have Black Mass coming in to try to take over, and Penguin hire Firefly. That could possibly work
All
for a
right.
whole movie, a whole 3 hour movie. I'm not sure because honestly, Firefly is not that you know
He's
important.
not that smart. Yeah, he couldn't carry. He doesn't have the charisma for it
Right?
as a
Is
character.
he's just an arsonist who flies. So I mean, as like on a TV show, like in one of the episodes, it'd have been perfect. It'd have worked.
It's also the same issue I have with Zaz, where like he doesn't have enough natural charisma where he can make an entire serial killer Batman show.
Right. He doesn't. He's literally like Dexter. For those that watch, he that's the personality he
The
has.
early seasons, not the
Yes, the
last
early
season.
1 through 3. Stop at Trinity season. Stop at that season. Don't go any further. But that's the charisma that Zaz has, and will that kind of added, acting keep your attention for 2 3 hours? No.
It's a big if. We'd have to have a lot of supporting characters really pick up a
Right.
lot of weight.
So if we're thinking, man, Clayface, possibly, but then you would have to have a time jump. That then you have to explain why it doesn't come in right behind Penguin, because this is going to be what year 4 or 5 Batman, and he's not going to have the skill level to actively fight a metahuman at this point.
No, because he got outplayed by the Riddler. We just don't talk about that portion because Riddler still won even when he lost. Batman won based on a
Right.
default
And that's what
of
people
just
need to
Riddler went to
understand.
jail. That's it.
Riddler is arguably superior to Batman's IQ. And it's an argument. It just depends on what you're arguing about, what they're going on about. Batman does outsmart Riddler, but Riddler did figure out who Batman was. Let's not forget that. So he wasn't a pushover. And this is still young Batman. This isn't seasoned Batman who'll just look at like, oh, it's Riddler, whatever. This is the young guy. So, mm,
And then we have question in chat: what characters do you think deserve a TV show?
ooh, are we talking about in general from the Penguin
It'd have to be
or
the DC
just
universe probably.
I would
Batman?
say I would say because of the subject, I would say in relation to the Batman and Penguin,
Okay,
because this is kind of the only place where it's really going to take place at this point in time. Because we don't think DC focus on Superman. I don't think they're doing anything with Batman as of the moment. They could bring like they could honestly, and we're going to answer that question. If they take the Batman series and let it run its own separate timeline while they build up Superman and all that stuff, and then later bring Batman into that,
So we get the
that
whole Avengers team up where everyone's
that could
mind
be
just goes.
that should be the way it should be done.
that
Yes.
that's the way. Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking it goes. But as far as what characters should get a TV show, uh, yeah. What do you think, Tony? You got one?
You
My
got the extensive knowledge, so run it.
so if we're going just on Batman rogues, who the one guy that I think would actually work in this style, not even this style, in this wherewithal of what we're expecting from a TV show, I would have to go with Mr. Freeze. Just because I think his backstory is one of the most interesting.
Relatable.
You can definitely relate to it because he's literally doing this for love. But you also have the contradictions that has popped up in comics, because what we know of Mr. Freeze is he was a cryogenesis whose wife came down with a rare disease that he couldn't cure, so he froze her. And his entire thing was, I need to find a cure for my wife. He worked Wayne Tech. Wayne eventually defunded him, and he fell into the vat, got turned into the super cold guy, and started becoming a villain. But there's also a shift to that I forget which comic it was, that Nora was not his wife, but he actually was a stalker and he froze her and he was working on a way to make her fall in love with him. I'm like, you could go either way with this character and it would work. Will it work for 8 episodes? Maybe, maybe not. I think a good 6 episodes with just following Freeze and then giving a big payout at the end would be great. And again, Calendar Man would be good because you wouldn't have him going against Batman. I would have him going against Gotham PD. Test them. Firefly, mm, maybe.
He'll get
OG
canceled after season one.
OG Clayface would work because then you have a Who Done It. You'll have a Clue style TV show because with him being able to transfer into anybody that he wants, it would work. I think that's pretty much Scarecrow. I don't think that would work as a TV show because I honestly think he's a one of the top tier bat rogues. I think he deserves more big screen than small. I don't think you could do him right. I don't think you could do him justice on the small screen. Catwoman might work if we just concentrate on Selena. Give us a good backstory on her.
We
Yes.
think they would go over her brother because that was kind of a jacked up storyline with him,
Yeah.
the king of cats.
If we take Selena from the Batman and give us a show on that Selena, it possibly could work. You know what I'm saying? Don't give us the comic book version of Selena. We all know her backstory. Give us something new that's going to fit into this universe. That Catwoman doesn't fit into this one. Yes, Brent.
Just want to chime in with my 2 cents here while the idea is still fresh. And I know you're probably going to shoot this down, so I'm already prepared for the letdown. So brace yourself. I would love a show because I know we've already done this to death on one other series where they covered the League of Shadows. We don't need that. What I would be interested in will be kind of a post Batman Part 2 recapping of all the events we've seen thus far from the opinion of the Court of Owls members manipulating Gotham and putting all the pieces into place because they're not necessarily one individual, but as an entity, I think that could work.
You
As,
know what?
as a show,
Yes.
I don't like it as a show.
Wait a minute. Wait a
I'll
minute.
take it as a one shot,
Wait a minute.
like a special.
Picture
Finish
this.
thinking. Finish thinking.
Picture this. So you have 7 episodes. Each episodes we're getting a different perspective of somebody important in Gotham on everything that went on in the Batman and the Penguin series. Each episode reveals the next member of the Court of Owls until we get to the last episodes where it reveals the court is actually real. We'll get hints throughout the episodes. You might see a mask, you might see word name drops with the Elliots, the Waynes, the Cobblepots be dropped. And then you start getting like the mayor. You start getting her backstory and how she came into power. And then all of a sudden, her great grandmother was on the Court of Owls. So now she's actually a member of the court. I could see this working.
This did not go the way I thought it would, but I'm happy it did. But again, if
I could see
I would
this.
love Azazel on screen in
Where
some
would
way,
you
shape,
put
or
it?
form. I know he's at the end of Batman
What,
in my
Azazel?
mind, but
Azazel, the Avenging Angel
I
from
would
Saint
love to
Dumas.
see. Yeah, I would love him somewhere, anywhere, just to point out the
It's too early.
duality of Batman. I
Yeah,
know he's too early.
It's too
That's
early.
why I didn't go with
they're
him.
still working. Yeah, they're still working. So I wouldn't want any type of.
The Owls don't have to be directly involved. I just want them to be putting the pieces into place so everything's going according to their plan,
You
and
could
then they
literally,
come in later on,
you could
finally
Okay,
literally
get their plan going.
you could give us a 7 to 8 episodes, and at the end, like the seventh or eighth ending, reveal that all the members that you saw in the first episodes were actually members of the Court of Owls, and they're trying to start back up and get Gotham back to what it was. Then technically, you could use the Talons in the way that you would use a Zazel from Saint Dumas.
It's not crazy.
But
Where would the
again,
Court of Owls fall?
the
I don't think timeline it fits.
technically by the book, the Court of Owls is first because they were the founders of Gotham. They were there from the beginning. So
And they helped
technically,
orchestrate everything involving
they
Batman, right?
predate everything. Everything that went on in Gotham was because of the Court of Owls. Everything.
Including the
So
person that took out Batman's parents, right? That they were
yes,
behind it and orchestrated all
they
of it.
were behind every single event, every major event, every cataclysm. They were a part of. They were the main force, and Batman got bodied by those talents. I'm just telling you because they're undead warriors.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think they should necessarily come in yet. Like, I don't mind you showing them, but they should make an appearance until we're like Batman 4.
I'm not saying they have to be actively involved. I just want to see them in some regard, kind of like how we saw Thanos.
Like
We knew he was
you
there,
could have a
but
mention of
we
the Court of
built him
Owls.
up to be the thing that we're going to be
Is
dealing with
it-
at the end.
Yeah, you can literally mention them. They don't have to be prominent, but you can have like Bruce talking to the mayor, say, "Yeah, you heard the rumor about the Court of Owls that were around, and then they disappeared," and that's it. That will put it in people's minds like, "Who's the Court of Owls?" The people that don't know who's the Court of Owls, and then they find out, and it's like, "Ooh, now you got an anticipation." But I do agree with you that it would be too early to bring them in at this point because of the level of Batman that we had. We Pattinson would have to be Bale age, timeline wise, to be able to handle the Court of Owls. If he was Affleck, he'd body everybody, but he would have to be around Bale to be able to handle the Court of Owls, and he's way away from that.
Yeah, he's at least a decade out, probably, right?
Yeah, he's a decade out.
So, because like that would be fun, and then I think a League of Shadows show would be fun, so we could get Bane and Talia on screen. I don't think Talia's been done well.
Why would you have
because
Bane at the League of Shadows? Why?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like in some reference.
Stop doing
Are,
that.
are you still connecting that with the other Batman
Yes,
trilogy?
I'm still connecting
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
don't.
do that.
Yeah, no.
Brent, smack yourself.
I don't want to.
Don't do that.
So,
I'll smack myself off camera.
yeah. So no with that. All right.
Bane was done.
I just need to see Talia done properly.
I don't acknowledge Tom Hardy's Bane at all because it was horrendous. I don't care if people liked it. It was horrendous because Bane is nobody's sidekick. He's never been nobody's sidekick. He has always been an A-list character. He's one of the few characters that can go toe to toe with Batman in a fist fight.
Unless he teams up with Poison Ivy.
We don't mention that was the worst Batman movie of all time. Even worse than any Adam West Batman movie. I don't care. No. Bane is he's his own man. He's smart as Batman. He's stronger than Batman thanks to Venom. But come on now. No.
And the crazy thing is we still have to do an episode review.
You could do a Bane show. You could do a Bane series. Let's
Bane
learn about his body.
His
daddy.
Bane right now would destroy Pattinson. It would not be.
I said you could do a show.
Arc.
You could do a show. Give us his backstory. Show his rise to power in the prison system where he just made himself be bad. Come on now.
So it's basically the Arkham show we want, but we just put Bane at the forefront.
Correct.
That could work. I could cook.
You can still give us an Arkham show where we get a different villain every episode. Give us a B, C list villain. Let us learn about them and build them up.
And then you literally can have that at the end of that series. Something happened, and they're kind of cut loose, and they can appear at any point in time throughout the Batman series. You can bring them back, bring them in. They could be stopped for a minor crime at the beginning of something before like the bigger villain threat is revealed, stuff like that, or they could be the bigger villain threat depending on who it is. Like you can play around with it so much.
Facts.
A lot of good stuff. It was an exciting series, but I think we need to get to the episode review.
I got another question. I got one question.
What?
Oh, here we go.
When
Antonio, there you go.
Yeah. And Sophia come back. I knew you was waiting in the wings for that. Knew it. When would you introduce sidekick?
Robin
In any capacity? No, I'm not saying now. I know it's way too soon for that. But in your opinion, so that how far along would you expect that?
In in my opinion, if we're going by the way this timeline is running, Robin shouldn't be around to Pattinson hits 30, 30, 31. So like
He's
4
still
or
like
5.
young 20s, so yeah, he's
He's
got
like
ways.
22, 23 right now. So nah, Robin shouldn't come along for at least 2 more movies.
Yeah, so like Batman 4 or 5.
Yeah.
They're off by a
And
ways.
even then that would be a push because you would have to find a 14-year-old, 15-year-old.
You're saying until Batman is like 30, or it's Robert
Yeah,
Pattinson himself?
Batman
Pattinson's
has to.
over 30.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
No way, he's not.
Batman him in the movie has to be around 30ish
okay,
to take on
Batman
a
has to be at
Robin.
30. Because I'm
20,
like,
but I put it like this, between 28 to 31 would be a good age timeline for Batman to get him a squire.
Get him a
but
noble to help him out.
before that, I mean, think about it. He's a kid now. What is he gonna train him?
yeah,
What?
I'm thinking Batman 5.
Yeah,
Like the way that this
for
series is running.
it depends on how much. Like if we get this is supposed to come right after the Penguin. So what? We're gonna say a year in between, just because. So Batman will say it's 25. He's gonna run this. The next movie he should be like 27, 28. Maybe at the end of the movie he goes to the circus, and that's where he finds Dick Grayson. You know that the whole like after he beats the
The
big
flying
bad.
Graysons and all that good
After he
stuff.
beats the big bad in 3, he goes out to the circus for some downtime, and boom, it's the Flying
He's out there for
Graysons.
a charity event,
Right,
and that's how they end the show. Him walking to the circus, and they just
and
cut
it
that.
just says
Just
Flying
that
Graysons
one
on there.
poster. That's all I
Yeah, it
gotta
just
see.
says Flying Graysons, and boom, that's it. I would be fine with that, but nah, not right now. It's too early. I
It was
can't.
kind of like how they tried to throwing in like Robin at the very end of the last series. You're like, why are
No,
you here? Like, we know we're not doing another movie, and nothing came of that. So
and I hated
why
that
do we even
because
bother
that
with
was
it?
just a horrible way to bring in Robin. That was a horrible way to do a Robin.
I
Horrible.
mean, Antonio, I do see that we saw Penguin in Batman before he was the Penguin, but again, it doesn't work much the same. Unfortunately, just due to the timeline of the comics, if I'm not mistaken, which
Correct.
I could very easily be.
No, you're right. If we're
Shocking. I
going
love it.
if we're going by the movies, then no, Robin can't come in yet. Pattinson is way too young. His Batman is way too young. He
Just
isn't
based on my portrayal,
established.
anyway.
He needs to be way more established.
But I don't have anything else for the folks at home. I want to get directly into that recap. Are y'all ready to go ahead and get to the review?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Do your
All right.
thing.
I guess.
And as always, guys, be sure to hit that lovely red subscribe button. You listen to us talk for the last 2 hours, so be sure to hit that lovely subscribe button. We cover all things geek, whether it be Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. Got a lot of good stuff, and we got a lot of good stuff coming up for you, the viewers. So be sure to hit that lovely subscribe button. I've been Brent, with the man in whose opinion DC you care about, Tony,
Hoorah!
and the man who still knows more than me, Will.
Iron
We'll
Man
see y'all
sucks.
in the next one.